Hi guys and welcome to Tailored Talk. This is part 2 of Foodie panhandling because her husband needs more money. Let's take a look.
Our own selves. By the way, I know this video is going to anger a lot of those people because they don't want anything
But that's what you want because you need the hits and clicks.
to be true. They don't like the truth. They get angry with
That's projection.
the truth. They want their own narrative to be true so that they have content and a fan base to think they're credible people, but they're 100% not.
Why? Because a cat abuser says so.
So let's get into this person who has the cat now and is lying about it, and a bit of the history on that, because there are new people here, and that's also why I'm doing this video.
Well, no, there's
People who
not
come
really
here
any new
thinking that I'm
people
an
here.
animal
You're just doing the
abuser,
video
etc.,
for the money.
I think that they deserve this explanation as well. So there's this person, I will not mention their name. I don't want to bring attention to their channel. I know they would love that. And they're probably very happy I'm even acknowledging their existence. That's what they live for. And you may think
This is the same person that coaches her renter husband to call her Queen Chantal in chats. But yet FFG is the one that is obsessed with their own self-importance.
exaggerating or tooting my own horn when I say that. But if you were to see this person's channel, they cannot have an existence on YouTube, a successful existence, without being a huge lying piece of crap. Their entire
Of course, Foodie, because you've never, ever lied before.
content is ripping off my content. So anything I do, a vlog with my husband, simply eating on camera.
She's really out of breath. Like, she needs to get back to the gym again, or at least start walking more around the house, because she is heavily out of breath just sitting on the sofa talking. This is worrying as hell.
Going live and talking to my fans, they have to use that as their own content, and they sit there like a coward behind an avatar, never showing their face.
Yeah, but you've already put her picture up.
But I showed it on my thumbnail.
Exactly. I mean, you won't say her name, but you'll use her picture.
And actually, I could see why they're so hateful. No offense.
Well, you can. You're putting her picture up. I mean, Foodie is the same woman that hasn't been back to StreamYard because it showed her real face. Insert StreamYard clip. I mean, come on.
So hard not to dig at people's looks, but
sure you don't. You don't dig on people's looks, Chantal. You just really just go for homophobia, transphobia, and racism instead. That makes it so much better.
from someone who's done nothing but make a career out of doing that to me, I can see why they do that now by looking at their face. So this person is a complete moron, no content, no life.
But then when FFG tried doing content with Traveller's Tale and Camping with Steve, what did you do, Foodie? You harassed Traveller's Tale, so much so that he started losing subscribers and everybody was trashing him on his channel because of you. So FFG can't win. When she covers you, she's a stalker. When she doesn't cover you, you stalk her content. You're insane.
The minute I upload something, they just take it, go online and find fault in everything I do.
This is the same woman that DM'd a 22-year-old to try to get back at FFG. But go off.
That's not reaction to me. That's harassment and bullying. And I mean harassment like real life stalker stuff where they...
Right, because you've never stalked somebody in their DMs. You've never posted crap about FFG in somebody else's DMs and then doxed Traveller's Tale to get him in trouble. Sure. You've never been stalkerish.
They've actually gone and like to my hometown to visit places I frequent. They've gone to my fashion show I attended, and
That if that show was literally down the street from FFG's house.
called it a fatty fashion show, fat shaming everyone there, when this person is also obese and literally looks like an egg on legs. So just a complete
But
loser.
Foodie, you're literally a
And
beach ball on
they
legs.
cannot
so
have an existence or a successful existence doing any other content. So all right, that out of the way.
you know, you say that, but then you harass her other content. So yeah, try again.
She gained prominence under with lies as well, claiming to have a link, an inside link to my former, I even hate to talk about this person, Swordfish, but the abuser
You know, you only hate Nader because he doesn't want you anymore.
I was with. And nothing was true. Nothing was true. And I eventually caught on to that and just was like,
Isn't it funny that Nader was the only one that would really get in contact with her for sex? Without Nader, she literally had to go worldwide on Tinder to find another man.
I don't want to have anything to do with you. And since then, they, you know, are big mad and just make content about me and try to ruin my life. But whatever. So now, like I said, she sits there on panel judging me when her life is 100 times worse, with the most
You know that
gravelly
how?
smoker's voice I've ever heard in my life. Like she
Because
could
you
be
never smoke.
Marge Simpson's third sister. The one with chronic emphysema.
She obviously
And,
hasn't. Foodie obviously doesn't watch herself
all
back
she
when
does.
she's high, does she?
So, yeah, like I said, loser. So, like, objectively a loser.
Yeah, but if FFG is a
so
loser
she always
for saving a cat, what does that make you for abusing both of your cats?
has to involve herself in my life, and this person decided to cause outrage over what I plan to do with my cats, as if it wasn't my life and my decision, involving herself again, causing outrage, like she's not feeding her cats, because my cat was crying in the background, very
Because they were starving.
vocal cat. I would never starve my cats, okay?
Well, you'd never starve them publicly, but you did behind the scenes.
Okay. I think there was one live stream where my roommate couldn't find her wet food where I put it, which was solved like an hour later. And they always have dry food out. But
If that was solved an hour later, why did Beezers have to send food to the house?
anyway, so then it was, I'm going to rescue this cat. I want to rescue this cat. So she wanted to look like a big hero. Okay. And even though humane euthanasia is not cruel if it's warranted, which is why I had a vet appointment to determine that I was doing the responsible thing.
Yeah, but you do wonder, was she taking them to a regular vet or a different vet so that she could say that BBJ was a stray and then get her euthanized?
Now, what wasn't responsible
I'm pretty sure she was going to take her to a random vet.
of me, and I will take full ownership for, was even despite having clipped their nails, made sure
You never clipped their nails, though.
their food was stocked up,
No, well, no, you never did, because, you know, Pete said that he hadn't fed BBJ that day because there was no food.
making sure they were taken care of before I left for Kuwait. And I did miss them. You know, I obviously did miss them.
That's a lie.
But I felt like they were, you know, taken care of. They were at home. They weren't in a pet hotel. People travel all the time and leave them in with
Yeah, but you left them with Pete, who is not a suitable person to pet sit, and you knew that.
strangers. At least mine
They would have been better off with strangers than with Pete's.
were at home with someone familiar.
Familiar but neglectful, just like you. She seems to think that just because Pete's is her lapdog, that makes him suitable for everything. It doesn't. You should have taken him to a pet hotel. You should have taken him to some cat sanctuary. They would have been better off. You could have left them with complete strangers that like cats. They would have been better off.
So
Thinking of what lie to say. She really could have edited out the long gaps, because she's like, so I've got to think of what other lie I need to pull out of my ass.
I didn't realize like how often their nails would have had to be
Yeah, yes, you did. Milk tea has literally all the tea.
clipped. Now Sam scratches furniture, like the beezer he is. But so when I came home from Kuwait 3 months later, his nails were fine. They were mildly grown. They weren't ingrown.
Yeah, but
they
with Foodie, her mildly grown is like 7 inches. Like, you can't trust anything she says.
fine.
She says fine, but obviously his fur wasn't fine, because after you gave some away, he was immediately shaved.
Because he was kept filing them down, probably with his scratch post and furniture. BBJ, however, shortly after I came home, I checked her paws and noticed when I saw them, the immediate thing my heart sank, and I was like, oh shit. Oh shit.
Well, no, you weren't. You weren't like, oh shit, because if you were like, oh shit, you would have immediately taken her to the vet, and you didn't. After you came back from Kuwait, you sat on your ass for a month and let her nails grow into her pads.
They were grown in the pads, some of them.
You knew exactly what was going on, and you flat out chose to get high instead of taking care of your pets.
And I tried with the nail clipper to take them out, but like she wasn't having it.
You can tell by her face that she didn't. Look how guilty she looks. She didn't try shit.
And I thought, okay, I'm going to deal with it when she goes to the vet. I was going to have everything taken care of when she went to the vet.
You were going to have her euthanized when you went to the vet.
Should that have been taken care of sooner? Yes. It was ignorant and negligent on my part to not even really think about that. Especially her nails grew a lot faster, because as cats get into senior level, they neglect their care.
Which you were told years ago when you went to the vet for her before.
They don't scratch, and their nails grow much more coarser and faster because they don't scratch anymore. She doesn't scratch furniture. She just kind of sleeps there all day. But she was still walking around and jumping around too.
Well, she was still walking and limping. Because she's a cat. She's going to want to walk around, jump around. She's just had to make do with being in constant pain.
So I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I wanted to have her assessed by a vet.
You wanted to have her put down by a vet.
Which was not this person's decision to make, okay? So
all I keep thinking is she must be really desperate for money. She must be really desperate.
The irony and the hypocrisy of this person wanting to save my cat from euthanasia.
How many times are you going to pull out the cat story?
Drum roll, please. Is the fact that this person had 2 dogs that she apparently...
Here we go. The Maggie and Ollie situation is completely different, but she's with no facts. She's gonna pull this story out of her ass with no facts. No facts.
Loved so much. She loved dogs. And by the way, she wanted to save my cat, and she said on her live stream she does not like cats.
That's why she doesn't have the cat. I do think drugs have fried this woman's brain. How many times does Foodie have to be told? FFG does not have the cat. She's not a cat person. She gave them... BBJ is with FFG's brother and sister-in-law, who are cat people. How many times do we have to go through this mess?
So how is my cat getting the love she needs?
Well, you really didn't give a fuck anyway. You were letting Nada kick your cat.
Sure, maybe she got to the vet before I took her, a day before.
Yeah, because you were scared that you were going to get caught.
I was going to take her, but I doubt she's getting the love she needs. Anyway, I'll get to that.
That's so rich.
That soon. And if people think they're going to comment on other videos defending these behaviors or just stating falsehoods...
But you want your beezers to defend your abusive behavior.
Just block you instantly. Thanks. Okay.
She needs another topic. This is so old.
She had 2 dogs. The one dog became chronically ill and she prolonged its life with all kinds of medications.
The dog was Ollie. He had heart issues. He had seizures, and that he was put on medication. He had heart problems, and then she took him to the vets, and the vet said, "What do you want to do?" And FFG's dad said, "Is Ollie in pain?" And the vet said, "Yes, Ollie is in pain. He saw the medication is, hurting his body. His muscles are sore. He is in pain." FFG tearfully chose to put her pet down. She'd had him for like 14 years.
Whatever. She ended up having
Like, I don't. How is this? How does this compare to you willfully neglecting a cat?
euthanize that dog. So she did euthanize a pet who was ill.
He was in pain and suffering, so she chose to put him down.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. There's nothing you can say about that.
2, she'll then say, well, BBJ wasn't ill. BBJ's very elderly and has a lot of illnesses, which
Because of your neglect.
when you took her to the vet, you found out yourself. Okay. So, number 2, she had a second dog that apparently had separation anxiety and was very miserable because the first dog passed away. So she decided to euthanize.
Yeah, FFG has already cleared that up. Nobody decides to euthanize a dog because of separation anxiety. Maggie was 13 years old. She was an elderly dog. But sure, keep pulling lies out of your ass, Foodie.
That dog as well. Which that dog didn't have chronic illnesses apparently. So, I don't know.
Imagine having the foopables to get on here and as a cat abuser and judge a pet owner who cares about their pets for having to euthanize their dogs. Imagine having the gall to judge somebody for euthanizing their pets when you've been abusing your cats for years. I don't know. Foodie's got one hell of a set of foopables to get on this platform and judge other people's pet care, judge other people's cat maintenance. Jesus, man. You've got one hell of a nerve to sit there on your high horse judging people while Sam is rolling around in his own filth and BBJ can't even walk in a straight line because her claws are digging into her pads.
I would, instead of parading BBJ's vet notes online for super chats, how about you show us what happened to your dogs? We need proof of that. How about that?
How about you prove that you actually took your pets to a vet appointment every now and again?
Before you open your big mouth about my pet care.
The pet care that she has
So you have 2
proof
dogs
of.
euthanized, but you have the nerve to criticize me for wanting to bring my cat to the vet to see if it was appropriate for her to be euthanized. Given her age,
But we knew that you were going to kill her off because you told everybody on your platform that you planned to kill BBJ off.
the fact that I had to move out of country, and given the fact that she had so many illnesses
Maybe
due to
the
her
drugs
age,
have completely warped her brain. That's what I'm thinking. Because
that doesn't make any sense to me.
There's no way you're going to model yourself on TV on
moving
YouTube
on
for this crap.
her audience don't have
Salah
it.
must
That's why we
really
call them
be hurting
zombies.
for money.
They have no brains. They can't come to these conclusions themselves. So whatever.
What if you could do SEO smarter and faster? With Wix, you can edit your meta tags page by page or all in one go. Modify your URLs, inspect all of them in one click, and more.
Sorry, guys.
So I had 2 things happen. I managed to rehome Sam, Chibius, to somebody close in the family. And they're going to foster Sam now. Actually, there's somebody else fostering Sam now. The first person, it didn't work out. They had to leave, move away.
And you do wonder how many issues Sam had. You know, like he had to be shaved straight away. Were his claws okay? Was he dirty? Did he have lice? Like, what other stuff did he have? Because you know that Sam had a laundry list of issues too. It just was never disclosed. Nobody ever put it online, which is what she was hoping.
Way and all this and that. So I was disappointed. And now that he's being refostered, I don't want him just in foster care. I want
you want to pretend
him,
that
and
you
I
care
want to
about
try
him
everything
now.
I can to bring him now. I've changed my mind and I want him. So another thing that happened, so at the same time for BBJ, she was a tougher decision due to her age and problems. So I made a vet appointment right away when I saw her nails.
You need to go back to the
and
gym.
I thought, oh no. So the fact I never ever did anything to purposely hurt or abuse my pets.
Yes,
at all
yes, you
whatsoever.
did. But carry on.
My abuser came to my home a couple of times, and the last time he came to my home, he scared my cat. He didn't kick her like people think. He swatted at her.
You know, it's funny that in order to, like, wash away the cat abuse claims, she always tries to throw in the fact that she was in an abusive relationship. She's always going to try and bring in Nada to make herself look better when it actually just makes her look 1,000 times worse. Maybe the drugs are frying her brain, because this is completely the wrong way to go.
And she became so terrified of him.
But but you still kept letting him in around the house, still doing drugs in the house, still cooking those god awful cat sick meals in the house. You still let him around those cats, even though he didn't like them.
I never let him back in my house.
That's a lie.
Again,
we
never
know
came
that's
in
a
my
lie.
house.
Because he's filmed in your house.
I would never abuse my pets. So that is just ridiculous and 100%
like you never doxed Edie's mother.
She should have been brought into the vet sooner. 100%, I agree with that. And that I regret, and I made an error there. But I was in Kuwait, and
but then you
I
came
didn't
back
realize
and you
that.
still did nothing.
You know,
so.
Whenever I did actually have my roommate who can contest to that, and he's like a very truthful person. If you don't,
Pete's will always contest to anything because you pay for his lifestyle. You pay for his lifestyle. Of course, Pete's is going to say yes, no, yes, Chantal. Yes, Chantal was fantastic.
Believe me.
What's he going to say? That, you know, Foodie was extremely abusive and I just watched it happen? She never took the cats to the vets and I just let that happen? Nada kicked the cats and I just let that happen? Like, of course he's going to say that you were cat owner of the year. Like, he's your little lapdog. He will do whatever you want. He'll still do whatever you want, even to this day. Like, that's ridiculous. That's like saying, ask my mom that I took care of the cat. Smee is your mother. Like, of course the people around you are going to stand up for you.
Showed me her paws, but the video chat was not that clear.
But the bottom line is, you knew that her nails were due for a trim.
And that was about maybe a few weeks into being in Kuwait, and her nails looked okay. And even he said they looked okay, so they must have grown.
Right, and you should always trust Pete's judgment.
And I just didn't
You're
really
both
think about
lazy
it.
as hell.
So I made a vet appointment with her regular vet, okay, for
I don't think she
few
did.
days later.
She made it with
a
different vet.
And at the same time, I decided to try to look for people in case,
because she didn't want the backlash of going to her regular vet and her regular vet calling her out on her bullshit. So she was going to go to an anonymous vet that she didn't know. That's my genuine opinion, so that she could go in and say that BBJ was a stray, and that's why she looks so bad. She needed a vet that didn't know anything about the situation, so that she wouldn't be held accountable.
Because I was getting a lot of messages from people who were like, you know, I have experience with elderly cats. I don't mind. I'll take care of her. I'll take care of her vet bills, blah, blah, blah. But then I told my mom about it and she was like, no, don't rehome it to someone you don't know. And she was so right. I should have listened to my mom.
But you didn't give a shit. You didn't give a shit.
No,
You could have given
there was a person I talked
BBJ
I know that
to a
this
cat axe
person,
murderer,
this bully,
and you still wouldn't have cared. You didn't even check out Amy Flowers. In comes Amy Flowers with the most fakest telenova soap opera name in history.
offered to take my
Dumbass.
cat. Of course she did.
So dumb.
Not because she cared about the cat.
This is the same woman that was like, FFG, I'm always going to be smarter than you. I'm just too smart. I'm just miles ahead of you. I'm just too smart for you. Ugh.
Because she wanted the clout and she wanted to use it for content, which she has done. Actually, she's made a very lucrative.
The thing is, she did, but so have you. Like, you haven't used your cats for content and pimped your cats out in the past to you know, chubby use and all this stuff. You know, grabbing Sam constantly and putting him in front of the camera. Shaving
Career
Sam
of,
in front of the camera. Like, you
using
know
my
exactly
cat
what you're doing.
and the situation with my cat and the false outrage about my cat. She's made thousands.
It's not false outrage if abuse allegations are true. But anyway, keep telling yourself that.
Of dollars. So of course there's an incentive there. And now that she's made the money, now she's saying, well, I don't want to talk about the cat anymore. And we haven't seen the cat since. So of course, as someone who loved my cat for so many years, I'm worried about her well-being.
Oh, please, you don't give a shit about her. You don't give a shit about her coming from the same woman, you know, that deliberately let that cat limp all over the place and roll around in her own filth. Please.
I'm actually worried because we haven't seen any video evidence that she's
You don't give a shit. You don't give a shit.
Happy and where she is. I think she's with this person because there's a picture of her on the sofa that this person has.
FFG takes care of all of BBJ's pet appointments. So yes, she's going to have to take the cat to her house and back.
We've seen this sofa in previous live streams. The person that I was supposed to rehome to is actually, we found out she's in California, so she cannot physically be there.
So you gave her to Amy Flowers.
BBJ cannot be with this person that was supposed to adopt her. So I said no. I'm not as if I'm gonna give my number one bully my pet to
Well, you did.
take care of.
FFG offered you an NDA and you ignored her. So what do you expect?
Dream on, as Aerosmith says.
You should have taken the $3,000 and an NDA.
So she didn't take no for an answer. Instead, she decided to have one of her chinians say she's the sister-in-law.
You know, she's using sister chinians from Charlie. You know, Foodie, get your own insults. You know, Charlie's the same woman that you said all this racist shit about, but you're still borrowing her catchphrases. And number two, you know, Amy Flowers is the fakest name I've ever heard in my life. The fact that you fell for it just makes me laugh, and the fact that you were so ready to give this cat to somebody that said that they were dealing with mental health issues and somebody that was bedbound. Oh my god.
And who
So
she
dumb.
says is her sister-in-law now.
It is her sister-in-law.
One of her chinians just messaged me on Instagram and was very persistent. I did show the
That's her sister-in-law.
DMs online.
I mean, what it just proves why do you do this to yourself? Because it just proves how stupid you are and how savvy FFG is. This doesn't help you. This woman was bedbound, and you gave a cat to a woman that was bedbound. Like, what? These texts prove nothing. It's the same with the when you release text from Nada and prove that you were trying to manipulate the police with false allegation. Like, these texts do nothing for you. You gave your cat to a woman that said that she was mentally struggling and that she was bedbound and could barely take care of herself. And then your bright idea was to dump your cat on this woman. Let's fast forward, shall we?
So the whole situation was just a lie, and it was actually a trick. And
yeah, that
don't really
anybody
care
with eyes could have seen a mile away.
them at all right now. Sorry,
Like,
not sorry.
You're so desperate
You can
to get
also
rid
see
of a
in one
cat that you've had
screenshot
for
they're
20 years.
pathologically encouraging me, like, "Oh, you must live your life. What you have to do
Well,
is
she was
okay,
licking
blah,
your
blah, blah."
ass.
And then
Because she
to
knew
the whole time
that
know
you
in the
just
back of their
you
minds
think that you're a
that they're
celebrity
really
in your
just
own
going
mind
to
and you
be
respond to
using
ass
this
licking.
for
I mean,
content later. It's just disgusting.
you know, she
Bye,
just licked your
guys.
ass and you were just like, Yes, daddy, yes. That's, I mean, I
Picture
don't
isn't supported
understand.
by a device or software. No worries. HitPa Video Converter can help.
All she
It
had to
converts
do was feed your ego,
But
and she
the
got the
DMs,
cat.
basically, she was very persistent, saying I would never talk about it online, blah, blah, blah. And you actually clear me. She said, like, you know, I'm a chronically ill person. I'm just in bed all day. I can take care of
Exactly,
an
and you
elderly pet.
decided
I
to
would love to
dump
have
a
someone
cat
to
on her.
snuggle with. You know, elaborate sob
Like
story,
you're
and
an
just kept
idiot.
messaging me, and I built a little bit of trust with her, even in a short period of time.
Yeah, even
And
you built trust with this woman in 5 minutes because you needed to get away. You needed to get to Kuwait, and you needed to keep your pet abuse under wraps. And you thought that a mentally ill, bedbound woman was the best way to go. You thought she'd be less likely to open your demons, to open your Pandora's box.
I said, you know, I checked my cat's
You basically went after her. You chose her because you thought she was going to be an easy target and easy to manipulate. That's why.
nails, and I do want to bring her to the vet to have her checked out before I rehome her. Is that okay? And they said, no, no, no. Let me take care of it. I'll
Yeah,
take her
but
to the vet,
you
you know.
then-
So
Hang on.
I said, you know, I checked my cat's nails, and I do want to bring her to the vet to have her checked out before I rehome her.
This, you know, baby Stepford wife voice is really getting on my nerves.
Is that okay? And they said, no, no, no.
But you text that woman at 5 a.m. the day you were due to give her at 5 in the morning. Like, you're so full of it. You didn't text her 2 days before. You know, you text her the morning you were supposed to give her away at 5 a.m. FFG has the text.
Oh, let me take care of it. I'll take her to the vet, you know. So to me, this person was very convincing. And
No, they weren't. This is the most blatant con job you will ever see, and she just lapped it up because she got her ego licked.
Sent me a picture of their home. It could have been any picture, but I mean, that's the chance you're taking when you sell, or when you sell something online, when you meet someone online, when you rehome a pet online. You know, you don't know for sure because you don't know these people no matter what. So
You could have offered to waddle over there, Foodie. You have a car. You could have driven over to Amy Flowers and seen who she really was and where she really lived. Hell, you might have even seen pictures of FFG on the wall. You needed to go over there. You're not everybody. Sure, they're going to send you fantastic pictures, but are they real pictures? You would have realised, you would have been able to investigate that if you'd done actual research, but you didn't care about either cat.
So I said, okay,
Done.
you know, that's cool. Like, they really want to take her to the vet, their own vet. Maybe I understand that.
And you need to save the money.
So I trusted them. Of course, though, knowing now that it was actually FFG who took the cat, because her brother, it was actually the bully's brother, and the bully was actually hiding behind a snowbank outside of my house, like in disguise, like a full-on stalker, weirdo, loser.
You know, we're gonna, yeah, I mean, but you can't really talk anything about stalking because what did you do to Traveller's Tale? So you can never mention bullying, harassment, or stalking again. What did you do to Traveller's Tale? Why don't you tell that story again for money?
So anyway, her brother came into my home. I handed over my cat in good faith and trust. Not that
Can I just add that giving away video was 1 minute and 30 seconds. You had a cat for 20 years. And you gave her away in a 1 minute and 30-second video. And that was of Pete just going down the stairs because you couldn't carry your body weight and that cage at the same time. And you were lazy and you didn't give a shit about her. So, okay.
if these people have any more morality.
No appreciation video, no cat clips. You've had more cat clips in this video. We're at 33:29. You have more cat clips in this video than you did when you gave your cat away. Okay.
Taking when you sell, or when you sell something online, when you meet someone online, when you rehome a pet online, you know, you don't know for sure because you don't know these people no matter what. So I said, okay, you know, that's cool. Like, they really want to take her to their own vet. Maybe I understand that. So I trusted them. Of course, though, knowing now that it was actually FFG who took the cat, because her brother, it was actually the bully's brother, and the bully was actually hiding behind a snowbank outside of my house, like in disguise, like a full-on stalker.
How are you going to call somebody a bully when you literally went online and tried to get everybody to harass an innocent elderly woman?
Weirdo loser. So anyway,
she's really
her brother
desperate
came into
for
my
content,
home.
isn't she?
I handed over my cat in good faith and trust. Not that any of these people have any morality, sense of morality anyway, so of course they don't care about that. Being deceptive. They think they're saving the cat, who we have no proof of. We have no proof that she's okay. But anyway.
Yeah, but she's better off with Anne Flowers and FFG's brother than with you. So
she took the cat.
It kills her.
Of course,
it
she wanted
kills her
to take the cat to the vet.
FFG got one up on her like that. But if Foodie actually gave a shit about those cats, she never would have been caught in that trap in the first place, and she knows it.
Because she could milk it for clout, views, and money.
Like you don't milk everything in your life. If you don't milk everything, what is this for? You're milking cat abuse for content.
She went online after and was like, oh, I have the cat, you know, bloop, I have the cat. I took her to the vet. She was screaming. The cat always screams when you touch her nails. Not saying that the nails growing in wouldn't.
Yeah, but the reason she's not supposed to be screaming if you were taking care of the nails in the first place.
Be painful, and yes, I feel guilty about that.
Let's explain why the cat was screaming, hey Foodie? Because of your neglect.
Would have been taken care of by me. All of these problems that the cat had would have been...
But it never was, because you were too busy chasing dick online and getting high.
Taken care of by me. I would have she would have been assessed by her regular vet.
That's bullshit. She wouldn't have been assessed by a regular.
Claiming that there's notes that the vet said the cat was abused for years. We have no proof of that also. The notes...
She didn't say that. She said cat negligence. That you were well, yeah, it is abuse, but they didn't say abused for years, and that they said cat negligence for years, and the vets were pissed.
From the vet are not clear, and I could actually call my vet, who the cat has been gone to.
Well, why don't you call them then?
For years, as well as animal control, animal welfare. Sorry.
Why would you call animal welfare? I mean, they're not going to have anything if because Nader said that every time you were warned about pet control, you would clean the house. Then they would come and inspect the place. I mean, they're not going to have any tea if you are aware that they're coming beforehand. She's in complete... Look at her face. Madam, you are in complete denial. And you're sweaty as fuck.
And they could also bring out the documents that my pets are not abused. And if they were abused for years...
So where were the documents? Can't you get a screenshot of those documents then? Why didn't you get them in preparation for this video?
Again, go back and watch those videos I posted in this video of how abused my pets were.
Well... They're just pictures of them. They're just pictures of them eating. I mean, his fur looks like
Want
crap.
an upgrade
I mean,
that doesn't cost
they're just
the
pictures
earth.
of them eating and
Always the
rolling
one.
around.
Buying refurbished from
Like,
Music Magpie
Jesus.
is hundreds of pounds cheaper. Or
In
save
some, you
on
can't
new
see
unrefurbished
BBJ's
devices
paws.
if you rent
Like,
instead.
what do you
Music
want to do?
Magpie.
Like,
Smart for
you can't see
you.
BBJ's
Smart for the
paws,
planet.
but their fur looks like crap. I mean,
Constipation
sorry,
got you
guys,
feeling a little
ads.
blocked up? Take Fibergel every day.
sorry, minimise. Okay.
It harnesses the power of
Anyway,
fiber
I'll
to
just
help
speak over
break the
this. Their
cycle of
fur looks like
constipation
crap.
and get you back
And
to
it's just like
regularity.
the cats
And
are
try the
protected by their
tasty fiber
fur.
tubes.
And plus,
Find your
you're
groove
filming
with
them at an
Fibergel.
angle where you can't see all of their body. So what are you talking about? See, I mean, you're feeding them. So what?
Airline.
So you're
I'm gonna be
feeding
getting
them.
him.
And what? You fed and stroked a cat.
You enjoyed,
They're
and I
still
hope I didn't
abused.
drive you too crazy. And I'll see you
So
next
there's
time.
a screenshot, a still shot of your cat. So what? They were still abused. I mean, what?
hiding behind a snowbank outside of my house, like in disguise, like a full-on
What are you trying to
stalker,
prove here?
weirdo loser. So anyway,
Yeah,
her
think
brother
of
came
another
into my
lie.
home. I handed over my cat in good faith and trust. Not that any of these people have any morality, sense of morality anyway, so of course they don't care about that. Being deceptive.
Sense of morality coming from a proud pet abuser.
They think they're saving the cat, who we have no proof of. We have no proof that she's okay. But anyway. So she took the cat. Of course she wanted to take the cat to the vet. Because she could milk it for clout, views, and money, which she did.
It's nothing worse than
She went online after and was like, oh, I have the cat, bloop, I have the cat. I took her to the vet. She was screaming. The cat always screams when you touch her nails. Not saying that the nails growing in wouldn't be painful, and yes, I feel guilty about that.
I guess I felt
but
guilty
they would have been
about
taken
that.
care of by me.
I guess I felt guilty about that.
All of these problems that the cat had would have been taken care of by me. I would have
Well, yeah, but they could have been taken care of months ago. It's called pet maintenance.
she would have been assessed by her regular vet.
Yeah, but she should have been assessed months ago before you left for Kuwait.
She's claiming that there's notes that the vet said the cat was abused for years. We have no proof of that also.
Yes, there is in the pet notes.
The notes from the vet are not clear. And I could actually call my vet.
She read them out. Go back to the live.
Who the cat has been going to for years, as well as animal control. Animal welfare, sorry. And they could also bring up the documents that my pets are not abused. And if they were abused
Where were the documents then?
for years, again, go back and watch those videos I posted in this video.
What videos? You mean the video? Yeah, the video we've already been through.
How abused my pets were.
Look, just because you post a screenshot tells you nothing.
What we don't have are notes from...
You know how many screenshots there've been of of the children that have been reported to social services, and they've posted screenshots and the kids look fine, and then they die of abuse because of their abusive parents.
The veterinarian of what happened to her second dog. So she has 2 deceased dogs.
Oh my God. Imagine a whole pet abuser talking about your happy, healthy pets that died of old age.
She euthanized.
Yeah, you have nothing. You have nothing, Foodie.
One for a completely...
Yeah, you have no proof of that. And again, you're just talking out of your arse. Just like your ex, just like your current renter husband.
bullshit excuse, in my opinion.
Completely pulling this out of her arse.
For separation anxiety, really?
Where did she get that from? Was that Missy Moo? Karate Joe? Travonda? Where's she getting this shit?
Okay. I mean, give it a dog Xanax.
Jesus. Yeah. She's a piece of shit. Sorry about that guy. She's a piece of shit.
So, she's just completely ridiculous. Using this money donations for a Gucci collar. The cat doesn't even like wearing collars. She's elderly. She wants love.
Yeah, but I'm sure the cat didn't like limping and rolling around in your clothes and having to piss on them. She still did it though, didn't she?
Not Gucci. She wants treats, in love. That's it.
Well, but all you did was give her treats instead of the proper cat food that she should have had.
Doesn't need a catio. She has arthritis. She can't even.
So you are keeping tabs on her then, because she is getting treated with a catio. She is getting treated with toys. She is getting treated with new collars. So you know that she's getting better treatment over there, right?
Barely walk. I mean...
Yeah, she's walking fine now. Now she's finally getting her nails trimmed regularly.
At some point, it's just cruel to prolong life.
She's insane. By that same token, Shmi needs to take you to the hospital. If we're gonna go down that route, how much pain are you in, Foodie? With your arthritis and your cholesterol, your diabetes, your blood sugar through the roof. Like, how much pain are you in, Foodie? Do you need to go to the hospital? Does euthanasia need to be an option for you? You must be in pain every day. Look at the size of your stomach.
of a chronically ill cat who's in
I mean,
pain
you're chronically ill, Foodie. Why prolong your life? Why prolong your life? Why doesn't Salah just take you to the hospital?
and suffering, and they can't
Reel you in and just take you to the hospital, because you shouldn't suffer anymore, Foodie.
tell us they're in pain. But that's maybe why she always cried all the time. So
She cried all the time because she's screaming at someone to get her out of that hell pit.
anyway, that's the story. There's nothing more to it. Should I have paid more attention to the nails earlier? Yes, of course.
You knew about them.
But as I explained all the circumstances, it wasn't on purpose. I didn't purposely.
Yeah. It's done purposely, because you were talking about them. Milk Tea has all the receipts. Foodie was talking about this in 2018.
Try to hurt my cat in any way.
Yes, you did, and Pete's did as well.
Pets in any way. I loved them.
No, you didn't. And Pete's on the leaving video, which was 1 minute 30 seconds, Pete's said that he couldn't stand her. So
I continue to love them.
no, how do you continue to love them from Kuwait?
I have to close the chapter at this point because
It's already been closed. The cats are fine.
there's nothing I can
They were closed when you gave them away. It's over. You've been wanting to give them away for over a year now to impress Koki.
do. I don't have the pets anymore. I will have one of them back soon.
That's a lie. She's not getting one of them back. If she plans to go traveling and stay in Kuwait, she's not getting either pet back.
BBJ, I will always have to live with the guilt of not the
But
nail.
what you don't have to live with any guilt when you don't admit to anything. You haven't admitted to any part of the abuse. You just said, "Oh, I didn't notice this, and maybe I should have kept my eyes on that." But you don't admit to abuse. So how do you feel guilty for it?
Nails of rehoming her to somebody
She feels guilty about the rehoming, not the abuse, because she rehomed to FFG.
who I don't trust her with. I don't think that she's safe.
Yeah, of course not. But you were blowing shit in BBJ's face, and Pete's was shaking her all over the place. But she's not safe with Anne Flowers.
I think that this person is malicious and
you're not.
just doesn't even like cats and
You didn't even like your own cats either, so...
doesn't have the right intentions with her. The only reason she wanted the cat was for money and attention
Yeah, okay, and you didn't.
and clout, and she got all that. So I have to move on, get new cats, and move on with
Yeah,
my
guys, don't worry. That she's trying to do this for outrage. She's not going to get new cats.
life.
You can't travel hop and travel all over the place with pets. Like, she's not getting new cats.
And ignore this from now on.
This is just an outrage video.
But that's the 100% truth of what happened. And a bunch of mishaps.
Constant daily abuse isn't a mishap.
Unfortunately ended in tragedy for BBJ because again, I think she's
Yeah, her idea of tragedy is being rescued by FFG.
getting the love that she deserves. And we have no proof of anything. I mean,
But we do have proof of your neglect.
why not just do a quick video to prove that she's okay?
You know, FFG doesn't have to do anything. She doesn't have to do anything to impress a cat abuser.
And getting love, you know.
Why don't we see another gym vlog? Why don't we see your marriage certificate? You know, why don't we see a video where you and Salah are actually having fun? Why don't we see a video where Salah isn't making fun of your weight? Why don't we see him actually like kiss you on the cheek rather than kiss you on the hijab because he doesn't want to touch your skin? Why don't we see those?
The last picture, all we see is like an up close picture of her. And her fur was all cut weird.
Yeah, because she's had to be shaved because, you know, of the state that you left her in.
And she looked unhappy wearing a gaudy, crappy Gucci collar that she doesn't
You mean the same type of unhappy when you came back from Nada's bruised up and BBJ was worried about you?
even like wearing collars. So, if you think that she's in better care because she's not with me, then you're just deluded. And
Yeah, I think the drugs are warping this woman's brain.
just taking the word of an absolute psychotic stalker liar.
But yeah, because you're not a pathological liar, Foodie.
But anyways, that's your prerogative. So that's all I'm going to say about the issue now. I'm going to go on and continue to ignore these people and just focus on my beezers and my new life with my husband and getting Sam back. But I have
Yeah, she's not going to get Sam back. Don't worry, guys. I made a video about that. It takes too much effort to get Sam back. She's not going to get him back. Don't worry.
Howie as well. He'll be protected. Sam won't go after him. I know Sam. He's a good boy. But I'm going to make sure he's out of harm's way. I'm not going to leave him on the floor with the cat. Like, I'm not that dumb. I'm not dumb like
you're not that dumb, but you still got a male and female hamster because you wanted them to just be friends and not mate. Sure, but you're not that dumb.
Opinions. So, on that happy note, well, anyways, I guess that's it. Again, I have to close the chapter.
On that happy note, and then she edited it.
It's out of my control at this point. I made that decision to rehome her and took a chance, and it turned out to be the wrong decision. But I have to live with that, and I'm not going to keep beating myself up over it.
You've never beaten yourself up over it. All you do is coddle yourself and live in denial and tell yourself that you're amazing. And that's how Amy Flowers was able to con you.
I'm going to move on and hope that she's okay. That's all I can
do. Until she get legal civil action. Did I just admit legal civil action? Yeah, legal action, you know, it requires money. Money that you're too busy spending on your husband and his business partner. So I guess there's going to be no legal action.
I'm going to move on and hope that she's okay. That's all I can do. And just move on with my life. So thank you for listening, to those of you who did take the time to actually listen to what I have to say. I know my explanations can be disjointed sometimes.
They're disjointed because you're lying. But okay.
Times and hard to follow.
Yeah, because you're full of shit.
But I'm talking.
Your guts are more full of shit than they are of food, than they are of rice at this point.
From the heart. I do miss those cats a lot and wish I had done things differently, and just hope that they're being well taken care of. That's all I can do. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Okay, it's good, guys. So what I get from this video is that Salah, Foodie and Salah have clearly been arguing, and Foodie desperately needs money. Okay, guys, if you have any opinions, let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching. I know that this was very long, but thank you for watching. Have a great day.